Lads, I'm not letting her off the hook. I'm not letting her off the hook again. How many games? Like, I'm sorry, I don't care. I don't care that she was good with the Connecticut Sun. The Connecticut Sun's tactic last year was to make games in the 60s and grind them down and win. That is what the Connecticut Sun did last year. That is what they did last year. Like the Fever were embarrassing today. They were absolutely like they were embarrassingly bad without Caitlin Clark. They were just embarrassingly bad. And I mean this. A good coach will figure something out. A good coach will figure something out. Does this team play defense? No. No. I mean this. This team doesn't play defense. They've just gotten lucky. Teams miss shots. They've gotten lucky. Teams miss shots. They don't play defense. They still don't play defense. I know they held the Mystics to 83 points. This was a Mystics team who were not shooting well. They don't play defense. They don't defensive rebound. They don't put in any effort. And that's on coach. That is on the coach. That is on the coach. I'm sorry. There is no way you can have 0 fast break points a team unless you are actively trying to not run. Unless you are trying to not run. You cannot have 0 fast break points as a team. Someone just said it. No defense, no offense, no fight. Outside of Lexi Hull and Aaliyah, or not even, I can't even blame Aaliyah Boston. She didn't touch the ball. Outside of Lexi Hull and DeWanna Bonner. And if you guys agree, subscribe. We're trying to hit 48,000 subscribers as soon as possible. And also, lads, we are trying to get to 1,000 likes. We're only 100 off. There's 1,300 of you guys in here. I know we can get to 1,000 likes on this stream right now. I know we can get to 1,000 likes. But it's awful. This is awful. Like, Kelsey Mitchell went 2 of 7 threes. She was 4 of 16. She couldn't get an easy shot. She couldn't get an easy shot. Natasha Howard went 5 of 10 on really tough shots. Like, Natasha Howard went 5 of 10, and every single shot she took was a tough shot. And I have to give Natasha Howard credit because she made some tough shots. She made some tough shots. But nothing else went well for this team. Like, there's no way that any competent coach plays Sydney Colson this many minutes. Like, there's no way. There's no way a competent coach plays Sydney Colson more minutes than Aaliyah Boston. It doesn't, like, it's just not a thing. This team plays worse offense than with Christie Sides. Their motion offense is give the ball to the wing. 4 players stand around and is like, what are we meant to do? What are we meant to do? What are we meant to do? And then eventually the ball probably gets turned over. Do they believe in the pick and roll? No. Do they believe in dumping the ball into the post? It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it unless it's Natasha Howard. Did anything change? Aaliyah Boston shot the ball 5 times. She's averaging, on the season before this game, Aaliyah Boston's averaging 18.5 points per game. She shot the ball 5 times. She shot the ball less than Sid Colson. Like, she shot the ball less than Sid Colson. This was embarrassing. This was embarrassing. And how much grace are we going to give to a coach because the coach says, we're working things out for the rest of the season. We're trying to figure out our identity. Do you want to know what your identity is? You shouldn't need to figure out your identity. You have Caitlin effing Clark on your team. You've spent the whole time saying Caitlin Clark injured will help us find our identity. You have Caitlin Clark on your team. Do you want to know what you should try to do? Do you want to know what you should try to do? And I understand you cannot play Caitlin Clark ball without Caitlin Clark. At least run. Put in some effort. Run. Don't try to grind a team down and win a game in the 70s. Because when Caitlin Clark comes back, you're not going to be able to do that. You have spent this whole season talking about needing to figure out the team's identity when you are coaching Caitlin Clark. You are coaching Caitlin Clark. And you are trying to turn Caitlin Clark into freaking Paige Bueckers. And not only that, Paige Bueckers' coach is putting the ball in her hands. Paige Bueckers has the ball in her hands more than Caitlin Clark does right now. This team only functions when Caitlin Clark has the ball in her hands. You are talking about wanting the team to have a certain identity and all this stuff. At least Christie Sides was honest. At least she was honest. She said she wanted paint touches. She said she wanted to run through Aaliyah Boston. She said she wanted Caitlin Clark at a shooting guard. At least she was honest about her nonsense. With Stephanie White, she's saying what the fans want to hear and then doing what Christie Sides did. She's doing what Christie Sides did. And by the way, this Indiana Fever team are not good on defense. They just play slow. Can we be honest? It is much easier. It is so much easier to have a good defensive rating if you play slow so teams can't run. Teams can't run. This team is not good on defense. They just play slow. That is the thing. You can have a good defensive rating by just playing the game at a snail's pace. The Indiana Fever did not even... how many times did the Indiana Fever take a fast break shot today? Under 3. Under 3 times did they take a fast break shot. They didn't even attempt to do this. And it's not like this is a good transition defensive team. They're young. Young players are notoriously bad on transition defense. They were an offensive rebounding team. Offensive rebounding teams are notoriously bad on transition defense. And they gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 offensive rebounds. They literally scored zero fast break points against an offensive rebounding team. How? I've never seen that in all of my years in basketball. You are playing against a team who doesn't run back on defense, and you didn't even try to run. You are a team that long term is going to be better by running. You signed a player called The Flash, and you're not allowing her to run. Lexi Hull has been Kelsey Mitchell is no longer runs the fast break. She just goes tween, step back, contested shot. Lexi Hull is now a fadeaway mid-range shooter. Lexi Hull, by the way, fantastic play. No faults with her playing. But why has Lexi Hull stopped cutting? Why has everyone stopped cutting? Why? Why have they stopped cutting? It's their best half-court offense when Caitlin Clark's not there. Get it to Aaliyah. Cut off Aaliyah. Draw the defenders away so Aaliyah goes one-on-one to the basket. Why don't they cut? Why don't they cut? This is awful, and this is the whole season. Every single thing this team does that is not a Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston pick and roll is bad. Every single thing. And I'm losing my damn mind because this is worse. Outside of the first couple of games where you give Christie Sides a little bit of grace because nobody knew how Caitlin Clark was going to translate and they were blitzing and all this stuff. You have a year of tape on not only Caitlin Clark, you have a year of tape on Caitlin Clark, on Kelsey Mitchell, on Aaliyah Boston. You've seen what they're good at and what they're bad at. And you have decided that you're going to make Kelsey Mitchell, you watch Kelsey Mitchell play like she did last year, post-Olympic break for 10 games, as this off-ball cutter, off-ball player, everything off-ball. And you watch Kelsey Mitchell play for 5-6 years on losing teams as a worse Enrique. And you have decided that you want Kelsey Mitchell to be a worse Enrique. How bad of a coach are you when you can't even look at tape? You have literally looked at all your star players, seen what they did bad last year, and is like, I want them all to do that. I want them all to do that. How do you come to that conclusion? And by the way, watch Alyssa Thomas for the Mercury. The speed the Mercury play at. Everything was, she only slowed down the Connecticut Sun because of the personnel she had. She had to with Alyssa Thomas. Watch how fast Bree Jones is playing for the Atlanta Dream. Watch how fast Alyssa Thomas is playing for the Phoenix Mercury. No, she didn't play like that with the Sun because she had to. She played like that with the Sun because she chose to. The Connecticut Sun had Marina Mabry, had Ty Harris, had Veronica Burton, had Olivia Nelson-Ododa, had DeWanna Bonner, who is not slow by any means. They had Bree Jones in here. Watching how Bree Jones is playing for the Atlanta Dream. She chose to do that last year. She didn't have to. She chose to do that last year. And I'm sorry. I tweeted a what? I can't believe I convinced myself that I was wrong. I cannot believe that I convinced myself that I was wrong with this. If you looked at my tweets last year, I literally tweeted out about Stephanie White. When someone tweeted out, poach Stephanie White, Christie Sides seems like a nice person. I said, Stephanie White, whose current philosophy is to drag teams down to their level. She's gone toe-to-toe with Cheryl Reese in Sports Game 5. Said, good coaches don't fit every team. You can't mold a slow-down coach into Mike D'Antoni 6 months. I'd look to bring in a Pacers assistant. And you know what? I was freaking right. I was right, and I need to stop questioning my basketball instincts. You know what? I also said that Anissa Morrow will be Rookie of the Year and the Sonia Citron will just be average and Kiki will be a bust. So maybe I do need to question my basketball instincts, but I'm right on this one. You cannot mold a slow-down coach into Mike D'Antoni. That is her natural instinct. That is what she's going to do. Every single time the going gets tough, she's going to slow down. She is Christie Sides 2.0. She is Christie Sides who says what the fans want to hear. The difference is that Christie Sides at least was honest. She said what she thought. Was it dumb? Yes. At least... Did I say Christie Wallace or Christie Sides? At least Christie Sides said what she thought. Stephanie White literally says what the fans want to hear and is going back to exactly what she did. Is going back to exactly what she did in Connecticut. That is what she knows. That is how she has had success. Why the hell? Like, the Fever, obviously, look, the Indiana Fever were duped by it as well. She was a successful coach. She was talking about how, oh, I'm an offensive coach. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. She can slow a team down. She can slow a team down, I guess. But I'm sorry, like, this is embarrassing. This is the least effort I've seen. And by the way, the Fever, Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen played so much harder than every single player on this team. They played harder. They lost to rookies. You have one of the best players of all time. And by the way, they got killed by rookies. The scoreline is not a reflection of this game. You have one of the greatest players of all time to one up on her. Fair enough. Sophie Cunningham is a really good player. You have Kelsey Mitchell, who is on a supermax. You have an three-time champion Tasha Howard. You have one of the best young players in Leah Boston. Lexi Hull's playing out of her mind. And you still don't put in any effort. Embarrassing. And I'm putting this right down to the coach.